So we're starting off with Pluggnb for the first part of this series on how to make plug variations. You can get crazy with these, but I try to keep it as simple as possible for the sake of the tutorial. By far, the hardest thing about making Pluggnb is the initial chords that you start with. After that, it's basically all kind of like a hear or feel thing. I created a separate video that I'll post later where I kind of break down how I actually made these chords. I dive a little bit into the music theory of it, so stay tuned for that video. But if you're like me and you mostly play music by ear, the best recommendation I can give you to learn how to build chords like this is number one, listen to artists that are into Pluggnb. So guys like Kankan, Summrs, Autumn, Desire, Texaco, and the list goes on. And number two, watch tutorials on YouTube. Guys like DaVinci are always on there cooking up beats, making Pluggnb melodies, and you can just start to see their processes and really adapt to them. Another thing I'd really suggest when making these beats is if you have a MIDI keyboard, definitely use it. Like there's so much feel in creating Pluggnb. So if you're just clicking notes in, it's going to be a whole lot more difficult. So for starters, the main plugins you want to go with are Purity and Expand. Basically plugins that you can get some very synthetic sounds from. So first I started with these chords. I'm using Belly E piano preset and Expand. Just go for a Rhodes piano of some kind. I then added this synthetic bell sound and threw some delay on there. These bells aren't specifically a core part of making Pluggnb, but you do want to find synthetic instruments like this to fill in the beat. I then used this lead from Purity. These sound leads are used in a lot of Pluggnb beats. When you build these lead notes out, just try not to do too much with it. I think it's really easy to get carried away with it. I mean, you can do whatever, just don't let it compete with your instruments. And of course, it's pretty common to have some type of string or pad in there. I added this string from Expand. I then layered the Rhodes melody with this synthetic sounding harp from Expand. It's not super loud in the final mix, but it gives the beat a little bit more rhythm. I created a riser, which is really just a sequence of rising hi-hats and some delay. You want the percussion to be pretty spread out, but also like really bouncy. So simple hi-hat patterns, a lot of snares and perks is kind of what will do the trick. This is what the percussion sounds like all together. Here's my 808 line. Now there are obviously so many more tips for creating Pluggnb, but I hope you're able to get some value to at least get started making Pluggnb beats. In the next video, I'm going to do another variation of plug, so if you want to learn more, click the follow button. And this is how it sounds all together.